on what to do. Every occasion meant that there is a new task and you have to fulfill it to the best of your ability. 14 different people, 14 different minds and 14 different opinions. Now, there were different occasions like birthdays, weddings or the parties that are going to happen. So, one fine day, Toastmasters gave me this responsibility of organizing a milestone meetings for East Delhi Toastmasters. Now, after surviving 23 years in a joint family with 14 different opinions, I had learned the skill and then I said myself that this is a piece of cake for me. And I proceeded it, and you can ask members that it was a wonderful meeting that we had. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, leaders and my dear guests. Please raise your hands if you have ever been a part of decision making in your family. Perfect. You might know that decision making is not an easy thing that you do. What is the difficult part is convincing every single member on one thing and then agreeing upon it. By the time we used to agree, either the time was passed or we had to adjust with something or the other. So one fine day, it was my parents' anniversary and we decided to buy a new car. Now, the irony is I was given the responsibility of helping them out to choose a car, but I had no idea about cars. All I knew was that there are 4 wheels, a steering wheel, and there is a vehicle which moves. This is all I knew. The names of the cars that I knew, BMW, Mercedes and Ferrari, which was, of course, we were not going to buy. We are middle class and those cars don't deserve us. So we had to proceed with another cars. We went to multiple showrooms, saw multiple cars and shortlisted a few like Tata Punch, Exter and Grand Vitara. But none of them is in our garage. What we bought is Baleno. Budget friendly, comfortable and perfectly good looking for me. Now, the difficult part was not deciding the car, but where my responsibility started or where my task started was deciding the color. My parents had a look at the color palette of cars in Baleno and they shortlisted blue color. My parents, my younger brother and even my relatives who had actually nothing to do with my car were interrupting and suggesting that let's go for blue car. It looks royal. Well, I went straight to my father asking him that, Papa, let's be practical. And the cherry on the top is that I am a Gupta. Now being a Gupta, you know what does it mean? Anybody who can answer? Banya, correct. So I'm a Banya, we have to have this logical thinking, practical thinking, we have to maintain our budget, have to keep everything in mind. I was not born with it, but my family inculcated all these qualities in me and I had to follow it. So I went straight to my father asking that, Papa, that's not a good decision, and the reason why I went to my father is that you can call me Papa ki pari, or nobody is going to listen to me in my house. So the only option, the only person who listens to me is my father. I went to him, I asked that, Papa, do you really think that choosing a blue car is a good option? I mean, I think that you're going for this color just because it looks good today. You might have not seen different colors on road these days, but do you really think that it's going to be work in long term? As a Banya, I have to think in long term perspective, no? Now, he was saying that you suggest which color to buy, and I said that he gave me a few options. Black? No, that was too obvious. White needs a lot of maintenance, and I suggested him a universal color that looks so good. Grey color, evergreen, does not require a lot of maintenance, Looks practical, beautiful, elegant, classy, and whatnot. Convincing my father was easy, but convincing those relatives who actually had nothing to do with it, convincing my brother who continuously fights with me, and the most difficult part was convincing my mother. Now, convincing an Indian mother is not an easy task. But bingo, I passed in that too. I convinced my mother, I convinced everyone, and finally, great part, great Baleno is something that is there at our home now. Now, while I was having this idea in my mind of convincing everyone, of giving my opinion, I was a bit nervous as well that what if my decision goes wrong? What if it would not be as cool as I looked? So, one thing that I learned from all these scenarios, which is professional and related to life as well, that every time you make a decision, you give your opinions, you have to be responsible for whatever you are speaking, for whatever you are doing. Whatever the result should be, you are responsible for it. Then, you have to be very sure about your decisions. You need to own up them. And the last one is responsibility, is that surety that you need to have. Now, the card is with us. My decision was made, and all these things taught me one thing, that it's not always that which car you chose. But the main thing to understand is that you need to go together on that journey. You need to find all 14 people together and then decide one thing, then go to one ride. And you won't believe that whenever today my parents see a blue Baleno on road, they say, thank God he just stopped at us that day. Otherwise, you would have been regretting for that decision. Toastmaster of the day.